Yo, 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 what's up, everyone? Happy Sunday with the gang. Special geese.
Geese.
Geese, boys.
Oh, I've got my audio playing through twice. Sorry about that.
Look who it is.
Excuse me.
Look who it is.
Guess this week.
I'm actually
Pellegrino.
above you.
No, on your screen you are.
Yeah. On mine, you're at the
YouTube.
bottom right.
Not on YouTube.
Oh.
But here, I'm gonna actually make mine match. What? I don't know how to do this. Anyways, yeah. Happy Sunday, all of y'all. Hope you guys are having Sunday. It was a beautiful weekend, or today at least. Yesterday
Gorgeous weekend.
It was raining all day yesterday.
Yeah. What?
Still a gorgeous weekend.
It's still nice. It's supposed to rain all
Not
week
when
now.
you're up
You need
north.
rain. What, you trying to not have vegetation? You need rain. What the hell?
I actually blessed the rains down in Africa, so I actually.
Damn it! I was gonna say that.
It's, too late.
Shit.
But yeah, Cosmo Ruckus crew, Lukasz, Matt, Lee as usual, and again special guest KEL to chat about some athletics and shit. You know how it is.
Yeah, I have the same name as last name as Matt, but there's no relation.
It's true.
Is that a common Filipino name?
Yes,
Yes,
it was
actually,
the president's.
the president.
Is it?
It was.
It
I don't
was.
know if he's still president, but he
So
was.
are
yeah.
you guys related then?
Yeah,
Most likely?
I basically ran the Philippines. Is basically
But
what it
he.
was. Oh,
It's
KEL,
not-
I think.
It's not me. It's
No,
not
no.
me. I thought it was me.
You
who
passed it
was
on to
chopping
the
up.
guest. I can't believe it.
He was not a good president. Green froze. Oh.
Is this the same president who like did that crazy shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
not a good one.
Wow, sick. I think he still is the president then, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. This shows how much I know about the Philippines.
Yo,
I don't know if the Aquino is the president.
Real quick, I know this episode isn't about me. No episode ever is. This is all about KEL. But I'm telling you guys right now, my internet's pretty shitty, so I might be in and out. That might.
It
be
looks
a
like
bonus.
KEL's is too.
Yeah, looks like this is about Matt and Lukasz. Might not do as hot as we thought it would.
If anything, we'll just have a
just-
competition. Who disconnects first has to do 2 shots.
I'll just wear a
I'm in.
wig.
Yo, worst comes to worst, I'll just go and sit in Matt's room.
Yeah, we'll do like a side by side.
Thought you guys weren't related.
Why do you have to be related
yeah,
for me to live in the
Lucas-
same house?
Lucas lived in the same
lived
house.
with me.
Yeah, but we're related.
There's a
Yeah.
relationship there.
Matt and I are
These
cousins.
are brothers. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, brothers for sure. You know what they say? Wincest, baby.
That's fucking weird, dude. That's I don't even know what I was gonna say after that.
Yeah, his
we
guy
got
killed it.
Nikki
killed
Ross in chat, only here for KEL. We got
Aw.
Oversnatch laughingly saying that it's not you this time. And Oversnatch also
I
said
appreciate
Siamese twins, good skit worth watching. Like, you mean like if Lukasz and I were to pretend to be Siamese twins, or there's a skit out there called Siamese twins worth watching?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, is he suggesting something for us to watch? Here's something better than this podcast. Go watch Siamese Twins. Aw.
It's live right now. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No, it's not even live, but like, forget this. Just go
Let's
watch,
watch it right
you can
now.
watch it whenever, but you should watch it.
What
now.
if Siamese Twins is his own podcast and he just takes all our viewers like that?
Classic.
I couldn't even.
He said he'll send it later. Not good to watch on stream. All right. Appreciate the heads up so we didn't watch one of those clips. Get shut down right away.
It's
I mean,
fine.
we've gotten away with a few things on this channel.
Yeah, we're still small enough. We could do some stuff. Is KEL like with us or?
Against us.
Yeah, KEL, what's going on over there?
I don't know. It's like super laggy.
How are you guys in the same house?
I'm wired.
don't
I'm
know.
hardwired.
Yo, Maddie's been intentionally like shutting off her like her Wi-Fi and like throttling her.
Yeah, he wants this. Yeah, he wants it to be his time to shine.
I'm a better athlete. I'm the better son. Child.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I was always the best daughter.
I could believe.
Honestly, legit.
Um,
You even probably brush your hair more than I.
You tried to diss him, but I feel like you dissed yourself in that one. Like, take care of your hair, girl. What the hell?
I do, Hondo.
Yeah, yours is way longer than mine.
Sorry,
Just got
what? I
one
didn't
giant
hear.
dread.
I was.
Who, me or KEL? KEL would get
KEL.
one giant dread.
Yeah, KEL would.
Pretty much. I try. I don't know how to braid, or else I would.
Do you have to braid to get dreads?
Isn't dreads like a type of?
I thought you keep waking up
Right.
in the morning, you don't do anything about it, and eventually your head
I
develops
think you
into
need
dreads.
to roll it. I could be wrong. What the fuck do I know? A lot. The answer is a lot. I know a lot.
Yeah, I actually don't know how you'd make a dread or dreads.
I think you need to like, twist them.
Dreadlocks.
I think you need to twist them, like starting from short. I think you need to twist them.
Yeah, don't you use a certain wax or something? There's like dread wax.
Yeah, I don't know if it's wax, but there is a specific dread product.
You learn something new every day.
Look at that. That's what our podcast is all about. Is about learning.
Yeah, we're basically teachers, like one of our guests beforehand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, dread wax / beeswax is correct.
Okay.
Beeswax. So you could use beeswax.
Is that
for-
from a reliable source?
Oversnatch
Wikipedia.
69 is pretty reliable.
That's who said it. No, I don't trust it. Someone Google this shit.
Oversnatch.
This guy said use candle wax. What the hell?
You need to quote your sources MLA format, please.
Oh, I hated MLA.
Yeah.
Bibliography and all.
Yeah, we should have talked about that on our education podcast. Like, I don't think I've ever had to use any type of referencing since I've graduated high school, or rather after university.
I actually
like,
just used some yesterday to dispute like transaction.
You have to use this. What? What did you say?
Like I referenced like a bunch of like websites for like the lockdown and why like gyms were closed, and I had referenced like a bunch of like the time frames. And
Wow,
The
that
thing
makes
though is
sense.
it probably wasn't necessary. You just
That
did
sounds like
because
a
you're
sick
fucking
Saturday.
I-
Yeah.
no.
You
sick
probably could have just been
Saturday,
like,
bud.
"Hey man, y'all were closed."
Listen,
Oh,
no. I'm telling you, man. Mark from CIBC, if that's his real name, was really happy that I did that. He expressed
Yeah.
in his
well,
voice
well
and his
done.
cheerfulness.
He basically did his job for him.
Yeah,
Someone gets paid for that shit, man.
yeah, and I helped him out, and let's just say him and I are gonna meet one day and make.
That's
out.
why when I go
So-
to stores, I just push my shopping cart down the parking lot because that's someone's job. I'm creating
you're the
job
worst.
opportunities. I'm creating job opportunities in this
They're
country.
literally
Just
right
saying.
in front of you. You look at them and you just like push it.
See, Lee doesn't.
I just
both
gave you
ways.
another shift, homeboy.
He
I
not-
just gave you another shift.
He not only protects the front line, but also the tow trucks because sometimes he whips those carts across the lot. Like sometimes he's totaled cars, airbags popped. He's like 2 for 1, baby, 2 jobs
I
right
am
there.
single-handedly keeping this economy rolling. You're welcome. This is how we made it
What
through
would we do
COVID.
without you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you got dirt on your face, I think.
What?
got
Yeah, if
dirt on
anyone
his
hasn't noticed, but Lee has been on his Scarlett Johansson vibes recently.
This
And,
fucking background thing. Like a
Yeah,
fucking
let me just change
loser.
my background thing like a fucking what? What was it?
Loser. I said loser.
Yeah, you see that? You see that dot? Right there?
I look just as good. I look just as good as her.
You guys have the same skin tone too.
Yo, here's the thing.
Yo, why do I have this?
What is happening?
I don't know.
All right,
Real-
is that.
Real quick before we turn the mic over to Kel, like a lot of YouTube and a lot of YouTube stars, TikTok stars too, are getting like a lot of popularity by picking fights with like real fighters and stuff. I'm hereby
did it?
officially gonna call out Scarlett Johansson to a fight.
Ooh.
See who's got the better mark.
She's Black
Scarlett
Widow.
Johansson. Scarlett Johansson. Whatever you want. Let's set it up. I'll fight you.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hashtag
dude. You really fight the
equality.
Black Widow. Yo, she basically fought Thanos. What would you do to Thanos? Like put him in a rear naked choke and be like, Cap, come on, baby. Oh, you fight Thanos.
Please, don't do this to us.
He's like, should have gone for that.
No, here's the thing: is I'd use my fucking words. I'd use my. Fucking
Oh,
words.
not by.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good approach because I don't think anyone else tried that.
No,
Didn't
No.
his daughter before he threw her over the edge?
no.
Yo, spoiler alert.
But she also tried.
Sorry for anyone who hasn't seen the movies yet.
Yo, no, Lee will just argue with him about like soup and cereal being the same thing, and Thanos was like, no, like he's like absolutely
I
not.
don't have time for this.
He adds it into a dictionary. He's like, no.
Goodness.
Bread is not crackers, dude. All right, before
Feel
we
free to
get
jump in, Kel. Hey.
Kel's joke of the week. But before Kel's joke of the week, let's. What are we drinking, Lucas?
I'm drinking some Cottage Springs vodka lemonade, raspberry lemonades. They're fucking bomb. How many calories? 100 calories per can. And
How much sugar?
you down 26 of them and you're good for the day.
Wow.
Sugar? 1 gram of carbs, and one of them is sugar. So.
Lee, what about you?
My brother bought a bunch of those neutral vodka sodas.
Oh, Davey, my favorite.
I'm just getting rid of them. They fucking suck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Davey?
Yeah, my brother, get rid of them. No, the neutrals. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard neutrals are brutal.
They're the worst ones.
I'm not a fan of any of those vodka sodas, to be fair. So like, I can't say one's better than the other.
to be fair.
Did I say it like that? Did I?
To be
No,
fair.
it's a thing from Letterkenny that
Oh, okay.
whenever someone says "to be fair," everyone also repeats it, but like "to be fair."
To be fair.
To be
I
fair.
like it. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny, especially if you guys participated.
Yeah, like if you guys did it, it'd be funnier.
Lee and I were just generally confused.
Thanks
Like,
for nothing.
He's like, do I sound like that?
Yeah, so I was worried. What are you drinking, Kel?
Uh,
Or, there you are.
there's a lemon in there.
Ooh.
It's not vodka. It's just water.
is there a Hot Wheels at the bottom of there?
Looks good though.
No,
Just
they're
put a hot. Oh, okay.
they're
Like, put a
Matt's,
Hot
they're
Wheels.
Matt's cool new stainless steel. Is it stainless steel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ice
looks like
cubes.
looks like a mother box.
We're saving the planet by using reusable stuff. So
I dig it.
Yeah,
I think
instead
that's
of
cool.
water.
Water's
Yeah.
reusable.
No, it's not. Not after it's been in my
fake
drink.
news.
Fake news. Yeah.
That's what he does. Eh? He washes like when he takes a shower, like before it touches like the actual tub, he like grabs like buckets of water and collects it, and he drinks it that way after. It's the full Brita experience. Brita actually
Good,
doesn't really know how to reply to his customer service questions anymore.
What are you drinking, Matt?
I'm trying Crack Canoe. It's like I didn't know that it was Moosehead's light beer because before when I had seen Crack Canoe, I thought it was like its own beer, but then I saw it was branded by Moosehead. So I don't know if they bought it out. Not very good though. I was very let down. This whole pack is gonna kind of suck, but it is what it is. That's what I get for trying something new, I guess.
Yeah.
Good review. Can't wait to post it on their official product website to get a sponsorship.
Well, I'll take your product, but it sucks.
We get sponsored? They're like, fine, just have it.
We're like, it's alright. Get it, maybe. That's a good pitch, right? You think that's so?
I mean, if we have the Scarlett
Any
Johansson
publicity
lookalike.
is publicity, so at least you're talking about it.
You're right.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
very
true.
I know I'm wise as fuck.
That's why we've got her on, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Kelakino, and you know what time it is?
Joke of the week.
Joke of the week, baby. Kel, take it away.
Okay, here we go. Why did Sally fall off the swings?
Why?
Because she had no arms. Knock knock.
Oh,
Who's there?
Not Sally.
That's it. It's like I knew it was coming. but I didn't.
Wait. There's
What?
actually more to it. There's more to it. So why didn't Sally get up?
Oh no. Why?
Because she had no legs. Why did
Oh, this is more sorry, this is more.
I'm starting to feel bad for Sally. man.
you do. And then it goes, and why didn't anyone help her?
Why?
Because she had no friends.
Oh!
Okay, no, wait, this is the worst. So why didn't the doctor come to help her?
Oh no.
Why?
Because she's still under the swing.
That chain? I've never heard a chain of jokes that long.
No, there's one that's really bad at the end, but it's not at all funny. Not that was, but like it's super dark, so I'm not even gonna go there.
You might as well at this point.
No, I
So-
can't. I
Oh,
can't even
it's
say
bad,
it.
bad.
It's just too bad. I can't. Just Google it. You'll find it.
I've never heard a chain joke. That was a pretty good chain joke. I haven't heard a good one of those
Yeah.
in a...
But anyways, I don't know. I saw you all laugh, so
Okay, here's the thing. I like it. I'm gonna give it to you. 2 questions though. 1, who the hell was at my door? 2, why couldn't she knock with her head?
how is she supposed to get to your door?
Oh fuck
Yeah,
yeah!
she can't get
sure.
up.
She's
She's
not
Who
the-
put
she's
her on the
still under-
swing? Who
she's
put her
still
on
under
the
the
swing?
swing.
How'd she get there? How'd she get on the swing?
Yo, I think you could get on the swing with no arms.
Or legs?
Do you like pull yourself up by biting on the chain of the side?
No, but actually, it would depend how much. Like, if you had half, you probably could.
Oh yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
if she has no arms. Maybe she's got like.
I was. Okay, this joke could get us kicked out because I could go on forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. Honestly, it was a lot. Like, it was a last minute thing. It's
like
not
it.
a
No, that's
reflection
good.
of the
That's
type
good,
of
I
person I am. I swear, everybody. I'm usually a nice person and would never say something like that.
I'm pretty sure every time I've logged in, you've told me to fuck off on this podcast. Maybe.
Yeah, because I actually hate you. Like,
Oh, it's
it's
different.
not. It's not that I'm.
Sally
mean.
didn't do anything to you. I did. So
Yeah, exactly.
All right, boys, punishment time. A successful joke by Kel.
Yay.
I haven't poured a shot in a while because we've been.
Yeah,
switching to
Matt,
Sundays.
that's not a shot. What is that? You just allow him to chug his beer?
We don't, but he just does it anyway. He's out of control. He's a loose
Excuse
cannon.
me.
Yeah,
We're trying to be role
Wild.
models for how to start your week on a bang.
When did we start becoming role models?
Yeah. Second
Whole
of all, yeah,
podcast.
who looks up to you?
No one. Everyone that's shorter than 5'8" looks up to me. Get it?
Good one. Good one.
Physically, there's a difference in their heights.
Yeah, we get it. Thanks.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's. Lucas, are you good with?
I don't. I haven't done a shot in so long that it hurt my feelings.
Who hurt you?
Sally.
She can headbutt the fuck out of people.
All right. So, Kel, you
You
Kel.
Shit,
I literally
Who's
can't
Kel?
handle you with your bangs like that.
I know they're
like,
getting in my way.
Tell us about Kel. Who's Kel? The audience don't know Kel. I don't know Kel.
I'm actually sad if you don't know me, but
Kel,
Okay,
Kel,
well,
tell
I
us.
know. Yes,
I thought we
know
were
you.
friends.
I know. Kel.
Anyways, all right. So, basically, I've been playing sports my entire life. I would say I definitely get that from my dad. I can pretty much pick up any sport I try, usually pretty well, I would say.
'Cause she cheats.
That's in like card games and stuff. Yeah, don't ever play me in like board games. I will 100% cheat. That cheaters never
Like
prosper
every
is
game.
bullshit because I always win and no one catches. Like, it's just anyways, whatever. But yeah, so I've been skating since I can remember.
When can you remember?
Well,
23
since
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Number.
Yeah, so my dad is super big into sports, so you wouldn't think that knowing Matt, because he doesn't.
Are you kidding? Look at this athletic physique. Look at this.
But yeah, so introduced to skating super young. My dad was super good at hockey and soccer were his main two sports, but I got put into hockey very young age, and I played with boys to start. And I'm all for girl power and whatever, but I would definitely recommend starting in boys because it definitely teaches you a different style of play. So if I ever have a daughter, all for girl power, but she would definitely start in boys hockey until development in girls hockey changes. I personally don't think it's as funded as I would say boys is, so they don't get necessarily the same amount of knowledge or gameplay that you would get in boys hockey.
So do you think that may have changed? Sorry, I was gonna say.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
third part.
Go ahead, man.
Do you think that may have changed since you've been in like at those levels, or do you still? Sorry, we'll get into this later. But Kel also does development, but would you say that funding gap still exists? You see that still, or do you think it's just different how it was when you were growing up? Or you still see
No,
that
I
now?
still think, think about it this way, right? Think of how many boys play hockey, right? So Mississauga alone has a bunch of different leagues for teams for Mississauga area. Girls hockey has one. You have one Mississauga team in girls hockey, right?
At like each
Comparably
level.
so, right? Comparably so, boys hockey, you've got all different like
Arendelle,
regions,
Streetsville,
right?
Port
Regions,
Credit, they
and
all play,
even
their own teams.
when you play rep, it's even more so, right? So it's definitely a lot bigger, obviously,
that makes
in
sense.
boys than girls. Even girls hockey, the ages are doubled. So for boys hockey, each year to a certain age is then its own league, where girls hockey, you play 2 years together. So it's like grade, I don't really know ages, but midget is, actually it's not called midget anymore. They changed all of that too. Don't get me started. It's basically like under 18, under whatever.
Midget used to be what? What age group?
Midget was grade 10 to 12.
Yeah, and then they just said, like, we're not going to call it midget anymore.
Yeah, so now it's actually under 18 or something like that.
I was actually very surprised because I don't know anything about sports terminology, but when I first heard it was called midget, I thought you guys were joking.
Yeah,
and this is
even boys,
back.
like boys, it used to be midget and minor midget.
Yeah, and I thought that was a joke. I thought you guys were fucking with me. And I was like, okay.
Because there's so many ages that play. Like girls, it was just midget, where boys had like minor midget, major mid, like stuff like that.
Major midget? Is that like when you're a lieutenant?
It's part of Major Laser. Yeah. It's like the kids version of Major Laser.
Yeah. But that in itself is just like an easy way to see the huge difference in boys and girls playing a sport like hockey. Is that it's a lot smaller.
So something you said you like, let's say you had a daughter, you said you would start her off in boys. So I'm just clarifying here. You tell me again, because I don't know anything about hockey. Mm-hmm. So you would start her in boys and then move her to girls?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you go the other way around?
So from my own personal experience, so again, I started in boys, and then my dad, actually I was pretty much scouted, and I moved to girls. So I basically went from like a house league level of boys hockey to the highest level in girls hockey. So I basically went from like house league to AA in girls. And the biggest problem with girls hockey, in my opinion, is that people don't teach hitting in girls hockey. So the concussion rate is actually super high in female, not just hockey specifically, but I believe in most female sports, because they're not taught proper contact. So part of it is that in boys hockey, like you learn how to take a hit, you learn how to hit properly. Girls hockey, you don't learn that. So you're playing a completely different game, in my opinion, because you're not as like cautious with keeping your head up, because you really don't have to, because no one's going to be laying you out, right? But it's a misconception, because hockey is hockey. You don't play like different in the sense of less aggression because you can't hit. Like, it's a physical game regardless if you play boys or girls. So the fact that they don't teach that in girls, I think is like, it's very unfortunate, because you get hurt like and really bad. So like basically where my career kind of hit its end was my last year of hockey. I had a concussion early on in the season, and then I got a second one later on, and I was like written off school for like a month and a half, 2 months, like out. Whoa. Yeah, because I couldn't like look at screens, I couldn't do anything like that. And the part about being a girl that is like makes you want to punch people in the face is they're like, how'd you get a concussion? Don't you like, isn't it girls hockey? Like, yeah, you dummy, it's hockey still, just because it's a girl sport. Like, it's not like different. It's still a high pace, high intensity, like rough game. But because there's no hitting in girls hockey, people don't think there's contact, which is different.
So do you think it would then be unfair if you were to have like a girls league versus a boys league because of that?
Oh, yeah, we would get wrecked because we aren't taught to hit or take a hit.
Why is that?
Because girls hockey is no hitting.
Oh, that's a rule.
Yeah, it's no hitting, but it's not that it's less contact, and that's where the misconception is. It's just because we're not lining people up or like hitting people, you still hit people.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It's part of the game.
It's not necessarily intentional.
Yeah, like if I'm skating as fast as I can and whatever, and I'm gonna try and get the puck off someone, I'm gonna bump you and like whatever. But anyways, so that's what I would just like to see a change in, is that they teach that, because it would definitely change the sport for females, I think, with even just learning how to hit properly or even take a hit, because you usually don't know how.
Do you know why that was a rule in the first place? That there's no hitting in female hockey?
No.
I think it's just always because of that whole.
Yeah, I honestly
how
just
society
because
has always been.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that is why.
Yeah.
I assume
Surprised
so,
that
yeah.
hasn't been thought.
I know, right?
Is,
Yeah.
is there a level of girls hockey where hitting then becomes
No,
like,
hitting is like not hitting is like not a thing.
Even in
like
women,
any level of
Olympics,
women's
right?
hockey? Like
Have you ever watched like women? Oh, you guys are gonna look bad. Have you never watched one? There's no
To be
like,
fair, I don't
Yeah,
like
body
hockey at all.
checking.
Even in women's
Really?
Olympic level
Like-
hockey, there's no contact.
There's no no.
So at
no,
the
no.
highest
There's
level-
contact.
Oh,
but
sorry,
there's
contact,
no
no
body
hitting.
checking. Right.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
wow. So at the highest level of women's hockey,
Yep.
that rule still that's so bizarre to me.
It's the only
As
sport
far,
that really.
as far as I know, it's not like all of a
I
sudden,
don't think,
okay,
'cause
we're gonna
people don't get
introduce
laid
body
out.
checking. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
people
don't see
don't
that.
get laid out in the Olympics.
So
yeah,
I guess
you don't see that.
the only sport that I really see then that I guess contact is the same between male and female is soccer, because no matter who you hit, they start crying, right? Male or female.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
yes. But yeah,
Yeah, because that was always and the other thing too would then be the argument that you have the talent to play against people. Can you guys hear that car horn going off in the background? Or no?
No,
I don't even
I
hear
thought it was just
Perfect.
you farting. Good excuse.
Yeah. Sorry. So women. So let's say and I think this scenario was very valid for Kel. Like boys that were your age, you may have far more talent than them, but had you played against them in the same league, like you had said, do you think that you'd still get rocked because people men are going to typically be bigger than the women if they introduce contact into women's sport and try to make it like a co-ed? Because every time what would happen is if one of the girls on the team got laid out, people are going to fight that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that how you think it would play out?
well, it's funny because I don't know if you remember this, but in high school, my school didn't have a girls hockey team because there wasn't enough girls that played hockey to warrant it. So I was going to play for the boys team, but I wasn't allowed, not by the school, but my dad didn't let me because one, there was I played previously and I broke my leg in school hockey. And when you're paying thousands of dollars for your kid to play in a rep sport and then they get hurt not in that sport, not good. So, but then my dad didn't let me play on the boys team because it was more physical, and he didn't want me to get hurt at a school game versus my regular team. So I didn't play, but yeah, that was one of the concerns is that because I was a girl playing in a boys league, if there was hitting, would they hit me? Would I what? I don't know. And I find it more offensive. So in the adult league, we play my brother and I and my aunt and uncle and stuff all play in an adult league. I play goalie in it because I wouldn't play player because it's more like a beginner kind of league. But I take more offense when people take it lightly on me because I'm a girl. I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah, because
no.
then it's not they're default assuming that you don't have the talent just to keep up to them.
No, I want to run you into the boards because you think that I don't know. That's just me. I'm very competitive, but I hate when people do that.
So
if I were to play in a boys league and they wouldn't hit me because I'm a girl, I'd get more upset. 100%.
So your dad had the concerns of you possibly getting hurt, versus guys. Did you have the same concern, or were you no, just put me in there, put me in there?
No, you gotta learn somehow. If I learn by playing, and that's what I'm saying is that I didn't have to learn how to necessarily play as much heads up hockey because I was never afraid to get laid out because you can do that. Where now playing in a boys league, I would have to be more heads up hockey because I would have to be more cautious and aware of the body contact that they're allowed to have. I think that's why I think it would make me a better player, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
So, I mean, we're dipping into a fun part that I love. You mentioned playing with boys and stuff. What's your take on trans athletes?
Oh.
Be free. Be free. Unless, you coach and stuff. So
Unless you can't be free, then don't be free.
Unless we're gonna not talk at all about my business. No, listen. I am fully supportive of whatever decisions people make in life. Okay? Do your own whatever. Do I think it's fair for a male? I'm going to speak more specifically to something like boxing. Okay? Do I think it's fair for a male who is transitioning into a woman to be able to participate in a woman's league? Not really, because genetically, I think males are naturally stronger. Not to say that women can't be as strong as a man.
Yeah.
But it definitely does take more work and stuff for women. Our bodies are different. Our bodies are made for different things and stuff like that. But 100%, a male would probably have an advantage coming into like a female sport, our previous male, coming into a woman's sport. 100%, I think it would be a bit of a, disadvantage to all of the rest of the women. But then the other way I look at it is if I was a trans woman, so if I was a male transitioning into a woman, I feel like I would want to stay in the male sport to be like, yo, I'm a badass trans woman who is now beating up all these men. Like, I feel like it would be more like woman power to be transitioning into a woman and then kicking all these guys' asses versus coming into, I'm a trans woman coming into a women's sport and fucking up all these women,
Like, do you think that would, like, let's say in the NHL, there's a present day hockey player who comes out, yes, I'm transitioning to a woman. Do you think, I'll say she, assuming that she like that individual now identifies as that she would still be eligible to play in the NHL if they have transitioned to a woman? Because, like, obviously this is something that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. To me, I think it's that one's tough. I think if you have the skill for it to be at that level, regardless of male or female, yeah, why not?
What about you guys? Like, what's your take on that? Like, let's say MMA as an example, because right now, obviously, to my knowledge, there's never cross-gender fights.
Yes, there is.
There is now.
And what happens in those?
It happened
statistically?
a couple of years ago. I forget their name. I can find their name, but there was this. Fuck it, I don't care. If people want to police my language, bring it. There was a man who turned into a woman who transitioned, so she's trans woman, beating the fuck out of these women.
Right.
Like, in these cage fights, beating the shit out of them. And it's so not fair. It's
Right.
so not fair. But the thing is, I mean, to me, a purist who trains and who's trained for a long time, you look at it and you're like, yo, this trans athlete ain't even that good. Like, they weren't that good, but they just had the physical advantage over everyone until
Right.
they fought a biological woman who was way better, and the biological woman beat the shit out of the trans athlete now. It's like, okay, well, good. Now you've got some decent competition, but no, it's fucked up. I think it's horrible. Like, I would not pay money to see Mike Tyson fight the best female fighter. Like Amanda Nunes is, I know I'm throwing out names that if anyone does follow, they know what I'm talking about. If they don't, she's arguably the greatest, probably not even arguably, the greatest female fighter ever. Against even, like I said, Mike Tyson, I would not pay to see that because that's not fair. Like, there's nothing fair about it.
Right,
I mean,
and
there's competition.
That's the thing too, though, is that it may be the same sport, but it's not necessarily the same caliber. So the game, again, of like male hockey is different than female hockey because, again, of the different, parts of the game that are missing from the other sport. So yeah, to put the best female against the best male, it's not necessarily comparable because it's still a different world that you're going into.
Yeah, like, I like to, like, when I think about all that kind of stuff, is for me, I always relate to football, where it's just people just literally just charging at each other. And for me, kind of being like, okay, if I were to see someone of, like, let's say the highest male caliber to be brought into a women's bracket, I feel like it's just not fair just on sheer size. Like,
yeah,
I think it'd be very
like a male running back playing in like a women's football.
But I have seen also where
Farming everyone.
it's not always been about size. There's been people who've just been great runners, and they're just good at avoiding, right? Where it's like, I feel like personally, if everyone's okay with someone transitioning and joining the sport, then it's free reign. Like
Let-
let it happen. But
I think,
Sorry, Kel
I
was gonna
think,
say something.
yeah,
sorry.
I think though too that. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it! It was such a good point. Anyways, I'll remember it probably. My brain isn't always
Do you want
I
working.
me to
thought you said you're drinking water.
It's called baby brain.
Yeah.
When your
Like
face
you
is
have-
really red, it looks
Have a baby's brain?
Maybe.
super small.
I've had a lot of concussions, so
There
I
you
don't
go.
know.
Fair.
How many?
Fair.
Damn.
Three?
Oh, that's what it was. Boom. Remembered. This is not to say though that women can't be better than men
Absolutely.
at whatever it is. There are 100% women that work their ass off and are, as strong and as whatever as men. That's not the point. I just want to make it clear that that's not the point I'm trying to make. But I'm just saying it's different worlds. Sometimes like sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Men's sport, women's sport, it's different kind of for a reason because they're kind of different worlds. But that's not to say that, men can't whatever or women can't keep up with men. I feel like it's naturally or normally the comparison between a woman keeping up with a man versus, the other way around. But yeah, naturally I would say it can happen. It's just, yeah.
I mean, if you just look at the statistics, like statistically, majority of men will perform better than women. So yeah, you're not wrong. Like some women will be better than a lot of guys.
Like I'm a
lot
lot
of guys.
better than a lot of, or was, I shouldn't say am.
Any of the three of us.
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
not even close.
there's like
Yeah.
when I played in elementary school and stuff like that, like the boys in my grade, I was 100% like better than they were at the sport and stuff like that. So it's not to say that you're not better.
I can't
But
even
it
skate.
is a different world. Yeah.
So I wanted to quickly touch on. Let's take even the whole trans aspect out of this, but like women, like again, and this is where it will always come down to like it would never be accepted or it would be frowned upon if a male wanted to fight in the women's side. But what if, or like play at the women's level? But what if a woman wanted to play? Like I want to play in the NHL. Like
It's like celebrated. It's like opposite.
yeah, whereas like
Yeah.
men could never do that.
Right. You're like looked down upon. You're like
Yeah.
shameful if that's,
Well-
like, oh, you have to play with girl. Like, you know what I mean?
And there's a perfect example coming up right now, and I'm gonna sound like an asshole for criticizing it, but I don't really care. There's that is she Australian? I forget where she's from, but that Olympic powerlifter. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen this yet.
Formerly a man who I think like I'm not gonna get the rankings properly, but like never qualified for anything. Like maybe 150th place, for example.
In the men's.
In men's, terrible. New Zealand.
Parl said New Zealand, yeah.
From New Zealand, just never ranked on anything. Transition to a woman. How do you go from like, again, hypothetically, or just for the sake of the argument,
Like unranked.
150, unranked, absolutely unranked, to champ, like just
Yeah.
meet after meet after meet, just
Mhm.
champ, and everyone's like, oh, they're gonna win gold at the Olympics. Like, that's not fair. Like, there are biological facts here that we're
Mhm.
ignoring, and just saying like, hey, good for this person. Like, I get it, but I don't get it.
Especially for a
Really-
sport that is based off of testosterone
Like pure
levels.
strength.
Like,
Like,
no,
pure-
it's
Like-
pure testosterone levels, right? Like like building mass and stuff like that. Like that has a lot to do with natural testosterone levels taking in effect. Plus whatever you substitute and add in, where it's, like women would have to take different supplements, switching hormones. Like that's a lot for them to do. Where for a guy, it's a little more natural for them to gain that. It seems so unfair. Where if you're gonna do that kind of stuff, do that in something where it doesn't involve a testosterone-based mechanic.
or make like a co-ed type of like system, not system, but category.
That'd be kinda
Sorry,
cool.
Category.
Do-
So then you can, if you're a woman or whatever and want to like compete with the men or you're whatever it is, because I think being at co-ed is a bit more of an even playing field versus coming in from male to female, female to male, whatever. If you want to play on like the even whatever playing field, then make another
So
category.
do you feel like
So
there's a
would you-
market for co-ed though? Do you feel like there's a big enough population that would want to do co-ed that would even have a certain market?
Yeah, because the other way you'd look at it is the males that wanted to play
Yeah,
in the co-ed
like-
side would be like, what? You don't want to compete with
Or-
just the men?
Or vice versa.
Like, I
if
feel
wo-
like that's the take that people would have. on
if
that.
women are having problems with even like let's say Mississauga forming a co-ed team, and we're already having problems where there's only one women's team, and it's for 2-year brackets, and then splitting it even more. Do you think there's a big enough market where
Oh,
that'd
that's
be
a good point,
sustainable?
too. That's a good point.
I feel like that isn't sustainable just from what I know. I don't know all the facts and details about it, but just from what I
Maybe
see.
people would feel more comfortable with it though. Maybe more people would be inclined to play the sports if it was, wasn't about boy or girl. It was just a co-ed.
That's fair. I think that's an interesting point. I was trying. Now, would that well, obviously that would only apply to team sports. What would you do for like individual sports?
Like swimming.
Like swimming,
Gymnastics.
weightlifting, gymnastics, martial arts.
Gymnastics would actually be a very interesting one to see a co-ed.
That I think is a good one because I think some women could beat the shit out of some men.
100%.
Because it's not based
that's
off
nothing-
of pure, like it's not a
It's not
pure
testosterone based.
strength.
It's all form.
Yeah, it's form.
It's
yeah.
form. Yeah, in routines. In fact, I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, I think the women
Are better-
outperform the men. Are better.
Are
gymnasts.
better gymnasts? Yeah, I think so.
So
At least those are the
that's
ones I
actually-
prefer to watch.
The men gymnasts? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
Classic. It's already chat break. I can't believe that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Carl. We got Carl in chat with Carl. He said, saying, "Don't take offense. It's not your offense to take. My boys play house league, and officially it's all non-contact, but it's definitely not non-contact."
Yeah,
And
100%.
the
That's
boys
what's
hit
so
puberty.
stupid. It's a sport. Like it's a contact sport.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then they said those boys hit puberty and they get ultra competitive. They hit and fight and play dirty.
You're right. That's what I
So-
think. There's no fighting in girls, like no fighting, but like I've been in fights. Like just gets
would you say that's
crazy.
worse that because you can't actually fight? That like sometimes it gets a lot like
Ooh.
nastier. Like there's dirtier
Name
plays.
calling. Someone calls you bitch.
Okay, one thing I want to mention before you go to your chat, whatever.
We just did.
Girls.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that was okay.
Wait,
that's
anyways,
good.
let's go.
Girls have the worst chirps known to man. Like
What are some of the ones you've gone
I
on
played
ice?
on a
Yeah.
line with my girl Bailey. She was an Asian, so we were like the Asians, whatever. Yo, some girl would be like, "You're Asian." I'm like, okay, like thanks. Sick.
Yeah. Leave your
And, like-
exact reaction.
And like because of my hair, I used to wear like a headband or bandana, and it'd be like, "Nice bandana." I'd be like, "Thanks."
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
Yeah,
What?
you should respond.
Walmart, $4.
yeah, like
You should have
it's
just responded.
and then you go to like boys hockey, yo, they like talk about your mom and stuff. Like, yo, like they know what
Shit.
to say.
I was just about to say you should have been
Girls
like,
are like, ew, like your eyebrows aren't done. It's like what? Like,
We're playing
bro,
hockey.
I just skated a circle around you. Like, what's wrong with you?
nice headband. We'll tell your dad to stop texting me.
Yeah, like,
There you go.
and
That's a good
it
comeback.
may have just been because we were younger, or just I don't know. But I feel like when I hear about, because like I also coach, so when I hear like boys chirps and stuff, I'm like, oh, like yo, that was a good one. That was good.
You like
And then
dapped
like
him up
the
on the
girl,
bench, like,
yeah,
oh, get
like,
him.
and then the girls are like, ew, you're ugly, and it's like, who the heck? Like, yo, they're ugly, but they're better than you. So
I heard
Find
your
something
mom
better to
plagiarized her
talk about.
cookbook and just spins
Yeah,
around
like-
and walks away.
yeah, yeah.
And you think
So-
too, like when they do that, when they're like nice bandana, they skate to their teammates, they're like, oh, good one, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Got her
like-
good.
Good one, Stephanie.
Right? But then that's the thing, right? Like you can't go and rock that chick after she like tries to chirp, like you know what I mean? So it's kind of like meh.
I feel like if I was in your situation there, I'd want to body check these people even more to be like, yo, your disses suck. And I'm just like I'm
So-
physically way more dominant than you.
Well, that's the way we would like get back is we would just like try and like we'd score or something because like we were a really good line. So like after the one where we were like, you're Asian, like we ended up scoring and we were like, oh, it's because we're Asian. And we're like,
Lee, it's
how
kind
do we see
Lee,
the
it's weird.
puck?
It's weird
I
when
don't
you do
know,
it. It's
but
weird
we
when
scored.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
You have to have your
Can't
foot
do
up
that.
and stuff.
Lee, that's cultural appropriation. You gotta let them do it.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Oh my bad. My bad.
Scarlett Johansson, he's trying to be all of these races in one podcast.
Yeah, who else wants it? Who else wants it? Jackie Chan? Come on, let's go. No, it's interesting you say that. Is there a large Asian representation in hockey?
No, not even.
I'm not the kind of person who gives. I don't give a fuck about anyone's.
Instead of hockey
No.
sticks, like chopsticks.
But I'm just that was interesting.
No,
So,
even like
okay, so-
professional level.
When I coach, so I work out of Oakville, Mississauga, all that. Oakville in the like younger leagues that I do, like the babies, like house league development, I would say a lot. There's a lot of Asian players that are starting. Yeah.
Nice. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. But it's an expensive sport, right? So unfortunately, there's not a lot of people who necessarily get to play it or try it because equipment is so expensive and you grow out of it so fast.
How much would you say a
So-
new set of equipment costs? Like a full set. Like I'm getting skates, and I'm getting like, let's say, not the cheapest pair, but like a decent pair. A decent pair of skates will
Easily-
probably go what, like $200?
Okay, well, I shop in kids, so my skates are like $70. So
Okay. So let's
But
say-
yeah,
let's
like-
say-
And she gets a
let's say
free
you wanted
Play-Doh
to start taking-
subscription.
yeah, but like hundreds of dollars, hundreds. And if you want to go like higher end, you're paying thousands. And then, you know, for lessons and stuff like that, like it's just like money, money, money. And boys hockey, I'm pretty sure is a lot more expensive than girls was. And my
Yeah,
parents were paying thousands of dollars for me
A
to play
year,
rep.
like a
And then
season.
it's hotels, you know, your gas, your food when you're away, like the travel time, all that. That's out of pocket. Like they're not paying for that.
Yeah, Kel, you were going away for tournaments, what, like every weekend almost? Or like every, like,
A decent amount, yeah. Like
because
I would-
you played against
in
everyone
high
in
school,
on.
yeah. In high school, I would always miss I'd miss a lot of Fridays because of tournaments. To the point where like even if I didn't have a tournament, I would just tell my teacher like I played. They knew I played hockey, so I'm like, oh yeah, I have another tournament, and I would get to like skip school Friday because they thought I was at a tournament, but really I wasn't.
Liz, man, shut this
Yeah.
shit down.
Yeah, Carl said that rep level hockey it's obscene how expensive it is. He said his son tried out for a single A team, and when he saw the budget, he almost choked.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah,
and
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 he's
he
like,
didn't make.
I'm glad he didn't
Yeah,
make it.
and that's single A. So like in boys hockey, like
Single,
that's
double,
not
triple.
even super like high rep
Wow,
level.
she's just
No,
saying
fu-
Dame is trash.
No,
Yeah.
at least
She just
he's
said she'll
not.
crush Damien in
At least he's
101.
not AE. I don't know if they still have that. AE is like the one before. So it's like we're gonna pretend you're a rep, but like really your house league.
So what? So okay, we've talked about this. You're coaching now. Why did you choose to go the coaching route rather than the playing?
Well, those who
Yeah, that's
can't do coach.
But-
I'm just kidding. I'm just
But
kidding.
you can do.
I'm totally kidding. So it was a mix of things. So I actually hated
Tom Bender.
playing hockey. I hated it. Yeah, I believe when I was 15 or 16, I wanted to quit. I wanted to stop playing hockey. I always wanted to be a gymnast
Oh.
or a dancer, like something like that. But I had the skill to play high level hockey, so I stayed in high level hockey. And I got into loads and loads of fights with my parents about it because I hated playing, but obviously I was good and they wanted to see me go somewhere with it in life and whatever. So I tried to quit one year, and it was actually the same year I had injured myself or something, so I didn't go to tryouts. And I'm not trying to like pump my own tires here, but basically I didn't go to tryouts and I wasn't planning on playing, but like my life was like over. Like I was like not allowed to do anything else because I wasn't playing hockey. It was like a huge deal. And then eventually I was like, okay, fine, I'll play. And the coach is like, yeah, she has a spot. Like, don't worry. Yeah. So I never went to tryouts like nervous to make a team. Like I always knew I was on the team before the team was made. In rep hockey, the coaches contact you or your parents way before your season even starts. So you're already on a team and
You're drafted. Like
you're
pre-drafted.
the coach, which you actually can't actually do, but they do.
I just gave out the secret.
Yeah, they
All the hockey
they
getting shut down and shit
reach
for
out
corruption.
and whatever, say, oh, I'm interested in your kid, whatever, to play on my team, whatever. So So yeah, but I absolutely hated it. I never wanted to had the aspiration to play Team Canada. I never wanted to play university hockey. None of it. And I remember.
Sorry, I just want to say quickly, Kel. Sorry, like,
Yeah.
just for context, like, Kel, I was talking about this with her dad today, and like Kel, we think that Kel has the talent to, like, you could have made Olympic level hockey if you had the drive to do it. Like, you played with Victoria Bach. She's on the women's Olympic team. She was on one of Kel's teams one year. And so we always talked about, like, you have the talent and like the grit to play. You just didn't want to. Like, you didn't want to play for that reason.
Is it because your chirps weren't good enough?
Yeah, it's because I was sick
Nice
of my
headband.
bandanas being made fun of.
Yeah, that takes a toll.
Yeah.
No, that leads me to two questions. One, I mean, Matt saying that probably emphasized my question even more. Okay, if you hated playing hockey, like there's got to be a part of you that didn't hate it because you can't be good at something.
It was my
you hate,
friends.
right?
My
What do
friends.
you mean?
I have
Like on
the
the
same
team.
friends. Yeah, like it's the girls I played with. Like
pushed you?
they were my saving grace. Like, fine, if I had to play, at least I had my best like hockey girlfriends that I got. For rep hockey, I was literally on the ice between 4 to 6 times a week. Off ice training, on ice training, 2 games a weekend. Like, you didn't get to have. I missed out on sleepovers, on extracurricular at school because hockey always took precedent. It was stuff like that like it just, obviously when you're a teenager too, right? Like, you want to go hang out with your friends, whatever, but it was always, no, you have hockey tomorrow morning early, no, you have a game tonight, no, whatever, which gets like super frustrating when you just want to like hang, and especially when you have a group of friends who don't play competitive sports that are always like, oh, we're hanging out, oh, we're going to the mall, we're doing this, we're doing that. And it's like, all right, well, have fun. I have to go to hockey again today for the 3rd time this week. Like, you know what I mean? You just kind of get over it.
It became a chore.
But then I had girls who like sleep, ate, breathed hockey. Like 6 a.m., I'm going to go for a run. Then I have an hour, shooting lesson. I never did any of that. I never did extra power skating. I never did any shooting clinics, nothing. Summers, camp for hockey, yeah, right. Only if I was forced to do it by like my coach. There's no way I did any summer training. No way. No way. And I vividly remember we had a training camp, a pre-training camp that was led by gold medalist Olympic players. And they talked about, the drive and what it takes to be an Olympic player. And the one girl was like, my legs were so swollen after training camp, I couldn't even put my jeans on. I'm like, why the hell would you put yourself through that for this sport? Like, no way. Like, it never appeased me to do that. That was just never my story. And then even when I was older and like got reached out for scholarships or whatever it was, it just wasn't even in my cards. Like, I just didn't think about it. And then when I got my really bad concussion, it was just off the table anyways, because there's no way that I would play a sport that I could do that. I did finish my season, but that was it.
So what do you attribute your skills to then? Because if you didn't have the drive to push yourself to get better every day, were you just that good? Just you got out of bed.
I guess it's hard.
Like, really
it's
good.
hard for me to comment on it because I've never like watched myself play. Like, now when I coach, I can watch people and say, oh, they're a good player because ABC. I can say, as I'm a coach now, I have great sense of the game, which you can't teach. That's a huge difference.
You just have that.
Yeah, that's a huge difference between house league players and rep players is hockey sense. It's very hard to teach that. Some kids just get the game. They just know how to play it, and it's hard to coach that. Shooting, skating, any of that stuff, you can get better at that with practice and hard practice and, working at it continuously. You can't get better at hockey sense if it's something you just don't naturally have.
It's almost like chess. Like, you can be good at chess, but there's always going to be the people who can read what's going to happen before it happens. And that's where, like, you see, you'll see people just like how they always seem like they're in the right spot. And I think you can attribute this to not even just hockey, but most sports, like I don't know, Lee, in martial arts, like are there people who just have like an intuition or a sense that they don't necessarily have the talent yet, or the skills, but you can just tell that they understand how to read
100%.
Or
what's
like
going to happen.
someone who's
100%.
starting or not as good, exactly like you're saying, to that skill, but you can tell, you're like, this kid's got it.
he's
Like they can
good.
do. Yeah, it's the same. And the other part of my personality is I give everything I have with what I'm doing. So even though I hated it, I'm not gonna go on the ice and like, oh, whatever, because I'm already there. Like I have to be here. I might as well do it. And it was fun on the ice. Like I had fun playing it, but I hated the commitment it took to play that level.
I see.
Right?
I see.
But like I love playing hockey. I love it, but I hated the commitment it took.
Yep.
But then it wouldn't be fair for me to go play house league because it would be like boring.
Like it wouldn't be.
It'd
even-
almost be
belong
boring
there.
because
You
there's
don't.
no competition, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's funny that there's you play
Yeah,
at
go
this level, but don't. Well, you've done something with it now, but you had that ability, and then there's people out there who spend their entire lives just trying to get to a point where they have a chance, but they don't. And it's like, do you ever look at it that way, where it's like someone who, if they had, let's say, the talent that you had with the drive to like do it, like what some people can achieve, and do you think people will be like, I'm pissed that that you had this talent and you never did, went and saw how far it could take you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really
Not that-
know if
not that
anyone ever
people
thought
always
of
care,
but
but-
like thinking it from a parent perspective, like now, I can't imagine how heartbreaking or tough that would be as a parent to know your child has this talent and they don't want to do anything with it. Like I find that so hard to like try and like understand, which is why probably my parents, more so I remember my dad giving me more of a hard time with it, because it's like it's right there. Like you are so close to being able to be this good and at this level, but you don't care. Like especially for someone who loves the sport, like my dad loves the sport. So I can imagine maybe if that was something he wanted to do, to have
He's
his
trying to
own
live it
kid
for
be
you.
able to do that and not want to do it, where he probably maybe wanted to do it but never did it. It would be super hard, right? Because it's like it's right there for you. Like it's right, you can do it, but like you just, and for not a good reason other than I didn't want to.
I do understand the frustration though, where it's like when it comes to like you're enjoying the sport for what it is, and then it becomes where it's like you're starting to
it's a
reach a
chore.
bracket where
Yeah.
you now have to change the way you're playing the sport, not just in the way you actually play it, but now you have to involve your time management, like now you had to form an agenda for it, scheduling. It's like that's not what I signed up for. I'm trying to play a sport to play a sport.
Right.
I'm good
I just wanna have fun.
naturally.
Exactly.
And it just sucks when you start reaching a bracket where it's like, for me to now progress to that next bracket, I have to do all these things I don't want to do, on top of the fact that I'm starting to lose the drive for it, because I'm like the playing is plateauing. It's like it's almost like repetition. I totally understand where like that's super frustrating, where it's like I want to play higher without having to do ABC, agenda, scheduling, and more of my time, and commute, and lost track of things I actually just want to do and enjoy my life. Where it's like I totally understand, it's super frustrating.
Yeah, and I think that's truly what separates like the elite level, because they're the people who will give up anything to make it, and that's where, again, I think none of and maybe I'm just speaking on my own behalf, but yeah, I don't think it's hard to think of something that I would be like, yeah, I would be that, like I would give up this to be that elite at this thing, you know what I mean? Whether it be sports or anything, but it's all about really your commitment, and can you be committed to something that you want to? And hockey obviously didn't seem like it was for different reasons, but
I mean, the last guest on our show said the same thing about you and commitment and not having
Zing.
to sacrifice.
yeah, maybe it's just a me thing.
No, so Cal, you mentioned that.
That's good. That was
She was
I'm
so
proud of
stressed
myself
out
for
that she
was
was
a good
drinking.
one.
She's so stressed out that she was drinking Windex during the podcast. Sorry, go ahead, Lee.
So Cal, you mentioned that your parents, really pushed you into doing hockey, and if it wasn't hockey, you couldn't do anything. In retrospect, now, what do you think of that push from your parents? Was it beneficial? Do you resent it? What's your
We
takeaway?
still make jokes about it. Like, we still make jokes about how like they forced me to like do it. Like I always make jokes about like my thunder thighs because I have hockey legs, so they're like huge. And like I don't know if you guys know my uncle Glenn, but like he'll always be like, "It was the power skating lessons." I'm like, I know he like made me do power skating. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't change anything because it got me to my business that I love doing. Like I love teaching kids hockey, and I don't necessarily think that if I had stopped and not gotten the skill that I have, that people would even take me seriously to coach kids. Like people keep me around or like want me to teach their kids because of two parts. One, that I can clearly skate, like I have hockey skills, but my other part is that I'm so like good with teaching it and like helping kids learn it. So that's the part where there's great hockey players, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can teach or coach hockey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why not every player is a coach or
Right,
after
right.
they retire.
Where
Because some people
I-
just can't teach.
Yeah, where I think that's like a huge part of what I love doing is coaching it and teaching it.
Mm.
And I don't think I would have gotten there if I had stopped playing hockey all those years back. So, yeah. Funny, actually, side story here. I don't know if you guys believe in like fortune tellers or stuff like that. But my mom went to one years ago, and basically, you know, talked about having. Funny enough, she said, "You have 3 boys," and my mom was like, "Oh, pretty close." Like, and then when it was specific to me, said there's one that is very inclined in sports and athletics, and my mom's like,
It's obviously
"Yeah,
me.
yeah." And then she said, make sure she stays in that because there's money there for her.
And she
There's
even said
money
she
in
switched it
that.
from 3 boys to make sure she stays in that.
Well, it was after my mom's like, no, I have a daughter,
Oh.
but pretty much a boy, like that type of thing. But yeah, she
Wow.
was like, make sure she pursues that because there's money in it. And now here I am, years later, with my own hockey school. So, yeah.
Wow. That's
Are you gonna give Lee and Lucas lessons so they can join our team?
I'm pretty sure Kel's offered me to
Adults,
join.
yeah, adults are my favorite group to do. And the little
we should do a
babies, but that's
Causing
more like
Ruckus team. We
babysitting.
should sponsor a team,
Oh,
dude.
I don't know how
I'm
to
100%
skate,
down to do that.
dude.
That would
I'm
be
down
sick.
to-
We'll just use our logo.
Yeah, I think it would also be great if we did little segments of Kel teaching Lucas and I. I mean, like, I can skate, not well by any means.
Oh,
but
that's not fair.
I can skate.
Is
No,
there a
bro,
co-ed?
not
It's
good
just-
enough to stick handle while I'm skating and stuff. So I think we could get some pretty funny.
I literally
That's
cannot
where
even
Kel teaches us how
skate,
to
bro.
play.
You put those knives.
Those
those
videos are
knife
gonna be
shoes,
great.
Nice.
The knife
Yeah, but
shoes
that's-
on my
but Lee,
feet.
That's
I'm
why
fucked.
like this league would be perfect because all you need to know how to do is skate, and then you learn the hockey when we're playing.
Like, I learned how to chirp, like nice headband and shit. I get
Yeah,
chopped
you-
off.
Yeah, and then they'll be out there like nice glasses that Dustin
Okay.
Stark.
Hold
Stark,
on,
yeah, can we call out
listen.
Lucas's stupid Tony Stark glasses right now?
Oh my
Fucking
God.
Dustin Stark.
Maddie and I have very similar glasses, except the
Nah,
gap on
yours
mine
are-
are
No,
bigger.
because mine don't have the silver that make it look like.
Just don't make him look like a fucking loser.
You know why though? You know why though? You know why though? You know why though? I'm asking you guys. I don't know why they made the glasses like this and why I chose them. I'm asking if you guys knew.
Yeah, why'd you put them in your cart and say checkout? Yes, please.
You know why?
Like,
Because
what will highlight how stupid I am, and that's what it was.
Bingo.
No glasses.
Did you do the virtual try-on, but you used Tony Stark's?
I
face, so you
did
thought
the
you
virtual-
like that when you
yeah,
put them
yeah.
on?
no, I did the virtual.
Perfect.
I did the virtual try on, and I just thought I looked sexy, and here I am, not looking
Oh,
sexy.
God.
Don't be surprised if next week he has his like facial hair shaved like Tony Stark.
That's not
Or
true.
he's
man.
wearing a bag over his head.
I fucking hope so.
Why?
Put the glasses over the bag.
Over.
These glasses don't look that
no
bad,
eye
do they?
holes, no eye holes.
No,
though.
the glasses don't look bad. That's
It's
not
just
what
me?
we're saying.
All right.
It's when you put them on. They
Ah,
all of a sudden
don't
look.
cave, man.
What are you talking about?
Okay, wow.
God,
Oh,
you're.
okay,
Oh my
man.
God, you're uglier.
Are you serious? With these glasses on? Are you sure? I could never.
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
Got it.
With
Yeah,
these
see,
guys
he can't-
on?
He can't play
No.
hockey. He can't handle the chirps.
No way. Are you serious?
Dude,
Okay, Harry
like,
Potter.
Yeah, what?
Harry
these-
Potter's stupid cousin.
Are these
Dustin
worse?
Potter.
Are you an optometrist? How do you have
No.
so many glasses?
These
you
ones are
sell
worse?
glasses?
Oh,
Yo, how many pairs do you have?
I think I have like 5.
Where'd you
Here's,
get
the
them
here's
from,
what's
bro?
crazy about that. Here's what's crazy about it. He has
Oh
so
my
many
God.
glasses.
No.
And he was ugly in all of them?
Yo, tell me I'm
He has
looking
so
at
many
least
glasses, and he
fly
can't
now.
see that they're all ugly.
Yeah, you know
Yo,
why?
the
'Cause
visual
he takes them
trauma is
off and
obviously
try them
broken.
on. He takes them off and you can't see after.
That's fair.
Yo, the way I try on glasses, I'm like, do I look good with these? And I'll look in the mirror, I'm like, nah.
Where'd you get so many glasses? We should see if they can sponsor our show, dude. How
They're,
many-
they're all prescription, but I get them from different websites whenever I have like the last pair
Yeah,
I ordered
shop
was...
from the
Can
same
you pick
one.
Yeah, can you pick?
No, because I always go when there's a first time purchase, you get like $99 off, and I'll be
You
like,
got Kits? This guy brought from. What'd you buy from Kits?
yeah, Kits actually was my last order. The ones I was currently wearing that you made fun of forever.
Yeah, I got these from Kits.
Yeah, and these ones as well, the clear.
At least
circular
Matt got a
ones.
nice pair.
Okay.
Cal, what's the name of your business? Your school? Wait, well, if you're willing to, you know,
Yeah, it's called Everything Hockey.
causing a Kelly.
everything. You have a website?
We actually were starting one, but then we never did anything with it because COVID just ruined our lives.
You can make websites during COVID though.
Yeah, but for what? All the ice that I can't book?
People will inquire and be like, yeah, you know what? In stage 3, which will never fucking happen.
Exactly. So in 20 years, when you don't want to ever,
Yeah.
skate again, can you
It
give
gives
me a
them
lesson?
time to save up the money for the expensive sport.
Yeah, yeah,
No more retirement money. It's all going into hockey.
yeah.
And it gives them time to transition if they want to start going from 150th place to first.
But yeah, I mean, get that website up, and we'll obviously at some
Yeah.
point we'll put it in the description, whether it be like a year later, and
Yeah,
we'll go back and watch
the
this.
long term goal is I want to make a league. So that's what that will be part of it. I have a really hard time. So some of my girlfriends and
general?
I that played hockey together growing up, we actually all got back together and joined a league. I think it was a couple years ago, the year before COVID ruined our lives. But the problem is like, it's hard to play in leagues like this because you're either above the level. So like we played competitive, but like obviously the competitive isn't super competitive. But when you're at a certain level of skill, it's hard to tone down, obviously, right? So, man, I get wrecked. Like I get literally a whole brawl started for one of my games because some chick like laid me out. And I was like, guy, I have work. Like, I'm just trying to play hockey. Like, why are you laying me out? And it was like all my girls were like trying to fight. It was like a disaster. I was 100% concussed again. I bit my lips, my tongue so hard that it was like swollen and like so bruised. I was 100% concussed. And I was like, I have work tomorrow. Like, I have a job and like a career to get to. Like, I'm not trying to get this is supposed to be fun. Like, if you don't like that I took the puck off you and skate, like, bro, go play in recreational. Like, it's not about the fighting and stuff. But I find it so hard to just find a league that has the balance of fun but competitiveness. So that's my goal, is to start a league but it would be co-ed, where both levels, recreational and then like
I'll
more
join.
competitive. But that's the goal.
I was
So
gonna say
ideally
you
I'd
could
like
play.
to start a league.
I can't skate,
that's
so
cool.
that's how I'll
Yeah,
start off.
Carl said do a 3-on-3 summer league. He'd sign his boys up. Carl, do you play hockey too? Just if you're still there.
Carl, do you also know how to skate, or am I the only one who does not know how to skate in Ontario?
Yeah, like so Lucas,
How old
Glenn
are
and
Carl's
Sabrina-
sons?
I've been 17 and 13 or 14, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was 18 and 13.
I don't know. We'll let Carl.
Wait,
fucking
we'll see in a
answer that.
second. He said he doesn't know how to play, but yeah, like Lucas, when Glenn and Sabrina started playing, like they barely could skate, right?
Yeah, of course they didn't know how. They were
Like they
new.
went from like not even how to
Yeah.
skate to now this is like their what?
Now
This would have been like their
KG,
sixth.
my uncle Glenn has like a hockey coach's dream stride. His stride is perfect. I want to just applaud him every time I see him skate. It's like perfect form. and he learned it so late in life. And I'm like, yo, like, I want to use you as an example.
So late in life, as in he's old.
Comparable to when people start usually playing hockey and skating.
Or
Yeah.
skate.
Fair. Good
Yeah.
save. Good save.
So he's old.
Yeah. Considering
but yeah,
I
Lucas,
teach
bro, you
like
should just
year and a
start.
half,
I don't know if they
2-year-olds
make-
how to skate, so
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know if they make
that
skates for
young?
you, though.
yeah.
They don't sell
You're not-
kayaks with
I
knives.
had Ben on Ben was on skates with me at like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's-
crazy. I would not expect that young. I thought it would be like 5'6".
That is a good question though. Do they make skates my side? Like, do they make just attach katanas
Yeah,
to boots?
it's called clown skates. There's a separate section,
And that has nothing
and
to
it's
do with
not
the
for
size of
the
your
size.
shoes.
Yeah.
I'm just a clown.
Well
That's
done.
a good one,
Nice.
guys. Well, I'm glad that you guys teamed up on it. And you
Hey,
guys
tag
are
team that,
you guys
yeah.
are non-related
What
too.
is
That's
this shit?
crazy. Non-related
shit?
tag team right
You know
there.
why? Because we haven't done this in a while because of hashtag. Is it this way? Is it this way?
That's
I
it.
don't understand.
Yeah, you done it. You did.
It's hashtag
Hashtag
fuck Lucas.
fuck Lucas. Don't forget about that. We have to get some summer merch because I don't wear the sweaters on these podcasts because it's way too hot.
Yo, by the way, merch is going on to Amazon. Hopefully, I can get it up this week, maybe
Whoa.
next week.
Whoa.
Your boy
This is news
Lee's
to all of us.
Your boy Lee's been working on some shit. There will be some Amazon shit going up. I'll let you guys know, and I'll
Wow.
make some posts.
There you go. Be an Instagram post. That's
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That's news to us too. I did not know this.
I also was shocked.
Yeah, that's what I do at work when it's really quiet, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, let's work on business.
Nice. So Kel, what would you say? You have a logo and stuff done. How long have you been doing your business thing for, or have you had your own business? How many years?
I don't even remember when I started it. So a little bit of background. I started instructing in 2013. So
Whoa.
right out of high school, I messed up one of my university acceptances. I thought I accepted it, but I actually didn't fully accept it. Yeah, it was super horrible. And I applied for residency, and they're like, "You're not enrolled in this year. You can't
Wow.
apply to residency." And I was like, what? So yeah, it turns out I didn't actually accept my offer, which was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life because I started instructing. That was one of my jobs. And then I worked with that company for probably 5 years. And then the last year of that, I basically took everything over because there was a lot of stuff going on. So I was basically on running most of the sessions, talking to people, etc., to a point where someone kind of asked me like why I'm not doing it on my own. And I was like, that's a very good point. So I decided to branch out, started my own business, and then majority of my business is word of mouth. I haven't really done many like proposals and stuff. I did one for last year or 2 years ago, and then COVID hit, so it squashed it. But I was like so excited because I had finally done my first like actual proposal. And it
So like, and
turned
that
out-
would have been like you would have worked with like an organization
Yeah.
to run their entire development. That's cool.
something like that. Yeah, like that's what
Oh.
I was aiming for. Like I was trying to get their like first program of like bringing in like kids and stuff. And then from that is where my network grows. So when I coach, like actually coach, not instruct, that kind of builds my network as well. So they will use me to do like their power skating stuff and stuff like that. And then I like get contracted by other hockey schools to like help run some of their sessions, and then they just pay the business. But a big one I'm trying to do is get like adult sessions going. So like 10-week sessions for adults. It's actually a really big market, believe it or not, with adults who want to get better or even just learn to skate.
There's two right here.
So yeah, I would say at least 2019, maybe late 2018 is when I was like, okay, EHS is born.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then the first year and a half were great years, and then 2020 just like,
Crushed you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah,
I just wanna-
You have any funny coaching/instructing stories?
Kids are the cutest, like the absolute cutest. So a lot of the sessions I run are with like young kids, so between, I'm gonna say, 3.5 to 6. they say the most bizarre things. I don't know if you guys have ever seen online when one of the dads mic'd up their kids on the ice and the kid's skating around and is like talking to himself like, I'm gonna get McDonald's after. It's so real. Like that's what kids do. Like they just like skate around and they like say bizarre like stuff to you like, after this I get a donut, like I'm gonna go and skate, I'm skating so fast, like stuff like this. Like it's so cute.
That's crazy. I do the same shit, but no one applauds
Yeah,
me
but
for
it's
it.
like so funny. They're just
It's
so
like, this guy's
cute.
fucking weird.
Yeah. And the best part about the kids is how fast you see them progress. So there's kids who come out like Bambi, like laying on the ice. Within the first, if not the first session, they're already standing on their own, and then they're already skating. Like kids can pick things up so fast because they're not afraid to like fall. Adults a lot harder because you're cautious of, if I go down, like my hip's gonna break.
So when Lucas is learning, like does one of us have to hold him by the hips like from behind?
Oh yeah.
I'm just scared.
But Lucas
I'm not
will love that. Lucas will be like, ooh, hell.
Oh, Congo line, baby. Free Congo line. No, for me, it's more so I wouldn't be worried about breaking body parts, breaking the ice. And people just start falling in like one of those Jaws movies and a shark appears in the middle of the
What
shit.
was that gum? Was it polar ice? Break the ice?
I don't know.
Oh, I
movie?
think it is I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think it's
Ice,
polar
yeah.
ice.
Yeah, is the ice thick enough in the rinks for Lucas?
I'll show you thick.
Okay. What time is it?
That's because if I skate on that ice, like I'm leaving marks. It's not. You can't just.
You should be leaving marks. It means you have good edge.
Yeah, I'm saying that there's no Zamboni that can fix
Duh.
whatever I leave. Those
Stupid.
are permanent edges.
Yeah.
We'll
No.
have to. No, we should. That would be actually sick. A Causing Ruckus hockey team.
Disaster.
We'll join our
That would be
beginners
sick.
league
Gosh,
with
yeah.
it. How many
That'll be
people
good.
are on the team? I think we've probably got like 8 or 9 already. Like people.
You
Here's
need
the thing.
you need like 13.
Here's the thing, unless it's against any
Yeah.
specific rules, I only want kids on our team who are willing to cuss or whose parents are allowing
No,
them
dude, it's
to
like
cuss.
adult. It's an adult league.
I want a kids
You have
league
to
too.
be at least 21.
I want to get your creep.
No,
I
I
want
want-
to play. I want to play on a kid's
No, I
team.
don't want to play on the team, but I want us to sponsor.
Lee's like
I
Lee's
want
gonna be
us to-
skating.
Oh, sponsored.
You know
Yeah,
what's
sponsor a kids team. And I want the kids to be cussing and
Cal?
stuff.
Cal, you know what's gonna happen?
Like,
Is
I'll fuck you up.
we're gonna mic up
Love
Lee, and Lee's gonna be like, I'm gonna call this guy the N-word, then I'm gonna get some McDonald's after. I'm so fast.
It's so accurate. Whoop! Almost fell there.
Almost
Yeah,
felt-
literally, that's what they do. It's so cute. Oh my god, I miss them. I miss them so much. Yeah. Literally, they're just so cute. And they just like, stop it. I'm gonna get emotional. Anyways, moving on.
I'm just gonna call it here. Teresa Hall said we had a backyard rink and we were on skates by 2 or 3 years old. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
when like we started skating.
Yeah,
Tell me
my
about the
dad used to
story.
put us on plastic chairs, like the
Yeah.
little tiny ones, and like push us around. Yo, he'd push me. I think it was me. And
Yeah,
he
it
was
was you.
pushing, and the chair like gave out, and I like friggin' flew. Like I went flying.
But you'd use
Yeah.
it to like teach yourself how to balance. Like you
Oh,
stare as,
I
like, a
wish you
rocker
guys
while you're
could see.
skating.
Do you think I could play a video off my phone that you guys could see?
It's gonna be terrible, but yeah, try it
Let's
out.
try. Give it a shot.
It's actually so
Well,
funny.
so this is what we can do is you can play the video right now on live stream. When I post the clip, if you send me the video, I'll replace it with the actual clip.
So this is actually hilarious because people are like, "Oh yeah, make sure you put this on your website for when you coach." It's me when I'm like super young, and I'm super fast. So you can see it at this age. Like I'm pretty fast. I had no coordination.
I'm so fast. We're gonna get McDonald's afterwards. I'm so fast.
Hold on. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is gonna be brutal.
All the quotes Kel said about the kids staying on ice were just like things that she says now
Yeah.
while she's on the ice.
I'm so
it's true.
fucking
Gonna
fast.
get a donut.
I'm so fast. Look at
Okay.
these dusters.
They call me the Speedster 5000.
Okay, are
out
you guys
here.
ready? Can you see this?
Okay.
Uh,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this is horrible.
Can you
Semi.
Okay, hold on. Okay. That's me.
Okay. Oh yeah. look
Okay,
at
I'm
you.
crushing it. I'm crushing it. Here's the puck. Woo!
So eager.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's me like super young. But
So if you
yeah,
want to
like,
get coached by that, follow.
yeah, I've gotten a little bit better.
Just
But
a
yeah,
little bit.
that was one of my main things. Is I was always like super fast. My dad called me like spaghetti legs or crazy legs because I'd be that fast, but at that age I couldn't really like control it, so I would just like zoom. But wouldn't be
He
able
also
to
called
like
me
get
spaghetti
the-
legs just because mine are thin.
Because he doesn't squat.
But yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Are we gonna do a hypothetical for today? We haven't. I feel like did we do one last week?
We haven't done one for a couple weeks, really.
Because our main topic just kind of bled into the full time.
Yeah, we've been running the whole time. Anyone have a hypothetical for this week?
They're always weird. People always say mine are weird.
Okay, I've
so-
got one. Oh no, let's hear it. You say they.
No, it's
Let's
okay.
hear
You're a guest. You're supposed to come up with a hypothetical too.
No, it's okay.
Okay, here's a simple, easy one. You've just won the lottery, and let's be specific. You won $70 million. You've donated money. You've given money to family members. You've made some smart decision moves. What's the first crazy thing you buy yourself? What's the first, not so smart decision you spend on yourself?
Something that isn't like something that you're not really invested. Just like, yo, I have this
Like
much
something
money.
you
I just
don't,
want to
like-
buy something. I just want to buy something.
Yeah, like it's not a house, because that's a smart investment. It's not a business. That's a smart investment. What's
Might
the
not
first?
like it
What's the first
could be a
reckless thing you do?
car. It could be like a car, right? Like because
Like a
aren't
tropical, like
A
a
car.
private island.
Yeah,
no, I think that's a cool investment. That's an investment.
but that's reckless.
Is
Yeah,
it?
like
I'd say
because
it's reckless.
because then you have to think. Now I have to get my own plane. Like, how am I gonna get to my private island, or how am I gonna bring people to private island?
First thing
So
you
is that
buy
your
that's-
thing? Is that what you do, Kel? Would you buy yourself a private island, or was that just an example?
No, that was like an example
Oh,
because
okay.
most things I've thought about this a lot because it's gonna happen. My 70 mil. No, I don't really have bizarre things.
No, you wouldn't do anything crazy for yourself.
Yeah, I could see you going and buying like 5 dogs.
No.
Yeah. You buy like every dog you've ever wanted to have at the same time.
He's not wrong.
You wouldn't have to work, but that'd be like reckless because then
Yeah.
it's like having 4 babies at the same time. Quadruplets.
I'd probably do that.
I don't think you can. Can you
If
control,
you control
that?
it with that money, maybe she could.
Yeah, you could. Probably.
Isn't that what happens if you have sex upside down or something? I don't know. I read it on Dr. Oz.
No, that's what makes the baby come either head first or.
Ah,
See,
that's why
weird-
sometimes because I came out cannonballing, right? Is that because 69?
Oh my god.
Let me ask my
So
mom. Let
that's
me ask my
because
mom.
you-
Let me ask
That's
my
because
mom.
you were a spherical
Mom.
baby.
Mom.
He's not
Thank
even
God
wearing
he's
pants.
gone.
Yo, she
Oh,
said yeah.
damn
She said
it.
yeah.
Damn it.
All right,
All right. What about you, Lee?
I think I'd throw like a stupid party. Like, you remember in have you guys seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know how they're like throwing the midgets on like the dartboard thing?
Nice.
Like it would have it'd have shit like that. And I'd probably just pay 2 people, be like, yo, fight, winner gets like $10,000. Like, I'd probably just have a very reckless, wild party. But like only with people who I
That's
trust.
cool.
Because like I don't want people fucking up my house and shit. Like I just pay.
You would do it at your house. You're rich. Why don't you just like do it at
Sorry,
a different
yeah,
house?
I wanna call out-
but still.
They're not called midgets. The incorrect term. Carl's correcting you. He said midgets. Question marks. Like that's
Okay, so
not the term.
I'm sorry. We're all right with me throwing them at dartboards. Please, God, don't call them a midget.
Yeah. That's
Little
Where are we
people.
drawing the line here? Where
Little
are we
people.
drawing the line? I'm literally
How
throwing
are you
them.
referring to them?
Aren't they all called
Fair.
Peter Dinklages now?
Call me the right name before you throw me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, little people.
I mean, I don't
Little
know if I'd do that exact thing that they did Wolf of Wall Street.
Could you-
But I would do something.
Could you imagine you're picking one up and you're like, I'm gonna throw this midget, and he's like, hey,
Little person.
and you're like,
Excuse me.
small
shit.
person, and he's like, all right. And you're like, so
Little
happy
person.
now.
Not even
That's better.
small person.
At one point, they were called small. I don't know. We've changed it so
Oh,
many
little
times
people.
through our history now. I couldn't tell you what the proper name is.
Yeah, and also the
Dwarves?
throwing has to be consensual. No, dwarves is worse.
Gnomes?
But yeah, don't you have to hire? Like, I'm not just gonna go pull. What is it? Little people off the street. Like, a kid.
I mean,
Is
with
it
that much
actually
money,
little
you
peop-
can.
It's
You-
not
it is little
dwarfs. What
No,
is
I
the
think dwarves-
actual?
I think it's little people.
What is the correct
Yeah, little
terminology?
people.
half pipes.
We talked about this on.
In Jamaica, it's lickle people.
Thanks for
God
the,
damn it.
the diversity.
Yeah, you just go on the street and you point like,
The
yo,
politically
grab
correct in
Grumpy,
all
Sleepy, and
languages.
Happy and just throw them onto the dartboard. Like,
Oh my god.
Lucas, what would be your stupid purchase?
Anything
obviously-
Lucas does is stupid.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like,
those glasses. Those glasses.
I'd buy more glasses. I'd buy more glasses.
No, you
I
buy
don't
the
know.
Iron Man
I
suit
think
for
for the-
sure, so he could really be Tony
For the
Stark.
dumbest purchase, I would definitely buy something out of spite to inconvenience someone like slightly for every day. Like if
It's not bad.
like if I had a friend who like lived on a street and he was just like
Because he
super,
doesn't have friends.
super annoying.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have ended.
That's what I
That's
said.
why
If I
you
had
had
a
a
friend, I'd buy a friend. I'd buy a friend. I'd find like someone who like I disliked. I'd buy their street and I'd build like a moat in between their driveway and the road, so they would have to like plan out the route to go get out.
Yeah, I
in and
think
out
there's
of
an
the
amount of
driveway.
money you could do this for. Who knows?
I didn't think it could be stupider than his glasses, but guess what? I was
Surprise.
wrong.
I would do it to slightly
I was
inconvenience someone
wrong.
on an everyday basis until it drives them crazy.
Real quick, I just want to. Carl said dwarfism is the condition, right? No, they changed it to little peopleism. No, but
Is that
legit.
for-
I think that
is
is the
that
name
for
of the
real?
It
condition.
is. It's dwarf. I thought
It
it
is
was
dwarfism.
dwarfism.
That is
yeah.
what the condition is. So you would.
I don't think they like to be called dwarfs.
Well, doesn't dwarfs imply that they have a beard, and gnomes that they have no beard?
Gnomes have beards. What are you talking about?
No, it's not true. No, it's really patchy. They didn't buy the Instagram kit with the roller and everything.
I actually hate him so much.
We appreciate you sticking out this hour and a half with us. Even though Lucas is
Honestly,
here.
I told you if Lucas was here, I wasn't gonna do it, but
Yeah, we had to like basically
They-
trick her.
Yeah.
yeah.
We said that's not Lucas. It's Dustin Stark.
She's like, oh, the
And I
guy.
didn't recognize him with the stupid glasses.
Is that like his Superman alter ego when he takes it off and puts his memory glasses on?
Instead
Oh,
of Clark,
Lucas.
but instead of Clark
Lucas, where'd
Kent,
you come from, dude?
I'm Clark Cunt.
You're so stupid.
It's Dustin. Dustin. Dustin Gunn, bro. We got some Dustin Gunn.
Dustin Stark sounds more like a Game of Thrones character, to be honest, though.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Like Ned? I'm Ned's uncle.
No, Dustin is not a Game of Thrones.
Ned
type name
Stark,
at
bro.
all.
The Stark family.
Ned and Dustin are not the same.
You don't think they're similar?
You're saying Ned, like Ned and Dustin.
You don't think they had a Dustin in Game of Thrones?
I know they didn't have a Dustin in Game of Thrones. I watched the
They
show.
had it with the coleslaw, the dragon, Khaleesi.
The reflection of your glasses looks like you have a unibrow, Lucas.
Yo, I actually got freshly waxed.
Where did you get it done? Because
Why are you licking your lips when you show us your eyebrow?
Yeah, like, hello? What's
Fuck.
happening?
Sorry, Kel. So, what was your answer? You didn't give us an actual answer. Or what would you buy?
I'll go with the island.
Wow. Okay. All right. I dig it. What did you
I
pick,
keep-
Matt?
I didn't pick one yet.
Yeah, worry
What
about
would-
yourself, Matt. God, you're so worried about what I did. You didn't answer.
That's why he never excelled in hockey. He was so worried about your performance.
Yeah, actually,
That's what
funny
it is.
story. Matt actually quit because he was sucked compared to me, and like he couldn't handle it.
I believe
It's not
it.
true.
But guess
the real
what?
reason.
My
the
You're
real
parents-
such a
reason-
potato. You're
Guess
such a.
what? My parents had no problem when he asked to quit. That was
Yeah.
another
They're like,
problem.
Thank
thank
God.
God.
I'm
we're
like,
wasting
Matt
money.
got to quit when he was my age.
Yeah, Kel, because
When
he
I-
sucked.
Because he's
When I quit, I was
worth
like
nothing.
I was 13, and the reason I quit was because tryouts were always on my birthday parties, so I always came late to my own birthday parties. And I was like tired of it.
Okay, yeah. He was garbage.
Yeah, I wasn't very good. I wasn't very good.
Like, as an instructor, I can't even help him.
I mean, you're a bad instructor. What the hell?
Listen,
Everyone's
there's some
cool.
cases you just...
It's fair. What do you
Yeah.
pick, Matt? What do you pick as your reckless spending?
I would probably buy an older. I would buy an older Lancer, like an Evo, but one from Japan that's on the right hand side driving,
Oh.
or like a cool like summer car.
I would like to change my answer from that party. Fuck that party. No one's invited. I'd buy a submarine. 100% I'd buy a submarine.
that you keep in your driveway that doesn't.
I don't have a boat. I have nowhere to dock it or
The best part is
launch
you
it.
get
You don't need a boat to bring your submarine anywhere.
Yeah, you would.
No, you can't.
What?
Submarine,
Submarine
can't you
is
just-
self-sufficient.
No, sorry. Yes, the submarines you guys think of, but there are legitimate like personal like 1 to 2 man submarines that you can buy. They're like
okay,
millions of
yeah.
dollars. But like you attach that to the back of like a giant yacht, and you could like.
I
launch from there.
bet Lee would
That's what I
also
mean.
park his submarine in Lake of Bays. So like when you're like swimming, he'd be like, "Hey guys!" You just appear.
Fucking sick. Yeah, 100%. I'd buy a submarine. That's what I'd do.
That's pretty cool, actually.
The other thing too that I'd legitimately consider.
Bro,
is
it's one thing.
I'd consider it. Is there's this collection of, I think I spoke about it on this podcast before, a collection of, I think it's like 13 bottles of tequila. It might be 16 bottles of tequila, all designed uniquely, and it's like $500,000. Nuts. I'd buy it.
Yo, sick wedding present, everyone. We'll all chip in collectively.
If you guys
we'll
did that,
get
I'd just
you-
be sad. Like, why didn't you buy me a house?
You didn't say you wanted to buy a house.
Yeah.
That's my reckless.
Buy a
spending.
house where? In Mississauga, that's like, we'll give you a car. Like you can't even get a driveway. You can have just a driveway.
Yeah, someone's parking spot at a condo.
Yeah, perfect.
Sweet. Well, that's it. That's the
Kel,
episode.
thank you very much for joining us this week. We
Thanks for having
appreciate
me, peeps.
all of your input. That was very educational for me.
One day we'll have a skating session where you can try to teach us how to skate.
I think that'd be
We should
so
really
funny.
do. We should
Yeah.
do Causing a Ruckus.
Yeah.
We'll collab with Kel's company. We'll do like people want to come out and skate with Causing a Ruckus. By then we'll maybe be famous, so we could like sign autographs and shit.
And we'll call it
Wow.
Kelly Hawk Pro
Eager.
Skate 2.
Don't encourage him back. God damn
That was good. That was good. Kelly
it.
Hawk.
Lee did well. I'm proud of Lee, but
Lee just farted instead. He was nervous. He couldn't hold it in.
All right,
Did you
guys.
tell them that story about
no,
getting
we'll-
nervous? Oh.
No, we'll talk
I
about
was
it
like,
after.
damn, Luke is making digs at me.
I think you just told the story yourself, but that's.
No.
We'll
talk
have to save
about
that
it
one. Maybe we'll
later.
post it as a
I don't
clip
think you
later.
want people to fill in the blanks with that though.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Think what you want to think, peeps.
Anyways,
Cliffhanger.
guys,
Till next time.
thanks for coming out on
Till
another
next time.
Sunday. Start your week off strong. Kel, again, greatly appreciate it.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
next
Thanks
week,
for
guys.
coming. God bless everyone, your families, and your souls.